I've always been a fan of beat 'em up games, and in recent times, it just kind of reminds me of retro gaming. You know, a nice side-scrolling beat 'em up. It brings you back to the days of playing games in the arcade. You know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons, X-Men, Dungeons and Dragons. Those were awesome arcade games. And at home, I remember back in the day, you know, I played plenty of beat 'em ups on my own consoles, but ones that I always enjoyed was going to a friend's house who had a Sega Genesis, playing Golden Axe and Streets of Rage. And we've been blessed as of, you know, past few years with some awesome new beat 'em ups that kind of retain that old school feel to them. Streets of Rage 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, awesome games. We have that Toxic Avenger game coming out, Toxic Crusaders. That looks pretty sweet. Can't wait to play that. But one franchise I always kind of enjoyed, especially on the NES, was Double Dragon. Like I had the first three games. Double Dragon 4 came out about 6 years ago to fairly mixed reviews, right? If you look at the reviews on this, a lot of people hated it. It retained that NES style and gameplay. And yeah, you know, it kind of is what it is. That was just a few years ago, 6 years ago or so. We also had Double Dragon Neon, which I kind of liked, and that came out even before then. I believe it was 2012. But something I'm really excited for with this franchise, with this property, is the newly announced Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons coming this summer. I believe it's supposed to be September 30th. The game is being sold physically for consoles, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, and Xbox for $30. And from what I've seen so far, I'm looking forward to it. So I just wanted to kind of go over this with you guys real quick. Take a look at what they've announced. But here we go. Prepare to throw down the Double Dragon way in this fresh addition to the iconic beat 'em up franchise. So we do have a video. We'll take a look at that in a second. Now, it's the year 1990X, and nuclear war has devastated New York City, leaving its citizens to fight for survival as riots and crime engulf the streets. Kind of sounds like today, minus the nuclear war, but you know, you never know. Kind of crazy out there. The city's been overtaken by criminal gangs who terrorize its ruins as they fight for total dominance. Oh man, okay. Unwilling to endure these conditions any longer, young Billy and Jimmy, it's always difficult not to say Bimmy and Jimmy, Lee take it upon themselves to drive the gangs out of their city. So there's supposed to be a bunch of characters too, not just, you know, I was going to say Bimmy and Jimmy, Billy and Jimmy, not just those two, but there's 13 unique playable characters. So choose two fighters and seamlessly switch between them, giving you a multitude of strategies for combos, defense, and offensive moves. So you start the fight with Billy, Jimmy, Marion, and Uncle Mateen, and you earn tokens to unlock 9 more characters, each with their own playstyle and strengths. So that's kind of cool. Beat 'em up with roguelite elements. This is the one thing I wasn't sure about. I haven't read any of this yet, but roguelite elements in a beat 'em up, that could be interesting, but it could also be horrible. I'm hoping for the best, but let's read what they got going on. Experience endless playthrough possibilities with a dynamic mission select function. The order in which you choose your mission will affect mission length, number of enemies, and overall difficulty. Choose where you improve with randomized purchasable upgrades for your character at the end of each mission, or save your cash to revive your players in mission. I have to see this in action, but okay. If that's like a way to increase replayability, I'm for it. I'm for it. I've already got the game pre-ordered. I can't wait. So I'm getting it for the Switch. You know, when it's these kind of games where I know like performance-wise is not going to be a big deal amongst consoles, I get it for the Switch. I go where, you know, and this is the thing that sucks, is I don't see anything that says online multiplayer. But that would normally like, hey, you know, I've got a lot of friends on the Switch. You can play online. But here it's just local co-op from the way it seems. But it is what it is. I'm getting it for the Switch, you know, either way. Shape your experience and rewards. Just game difficulty to affect the amount of tokens earned per session. Use those tokens to unlock content from the token shop, including characters, tips, and more. Modifiers can be used to enter permadeath or even infinite mode. Okay. So you got up to 2 players local. Let's take a quick look at this video. So this game is being put out by Modus Games. Is that what it was? That's who they're called, Modus Games. Arc System Works did the previous, you know, Double Dragon game, but they licensed it to Modus, and it looks like Secret Base. This company's Secret Base. They're an indie developer. It looks like they're the ones who are actually making this game, because when I clicked that link earlier, I started looking at the games that they're making and whatnot, and then I saw like, yeah, it does have them listed on the site. And I saw this Streets of Red trailer, and I started looking at it. I was like, dude, this kind of looks very similar to this new Double Dragon game. So I'm like, man, maybe I'll play this game too to see what this company's all about, right? But back to this. So let's see that video real quick. They have it in like a little TV, but you can, let's get it up there. Okay, let's take a look at this. Arc System Works, Modus, and then, developed by Secret Base. So I saw some of the screenshots earlier, and that's why I was like, oh, it kind of looks like that other game that they made. Like almost chibi style. Medium big head mode. But it still looks cool. No escape. I have a feeling these little catchphrases that they say, we're going to be hearing them a lot. Hopefully they have a good variety. But I like that tag team flipping back and forth. That's cool. Let me pay attention to the enemies, see if there's a good mix here. You're getting a bunch of gems. Marion, nice. Freeze. Okay. Dang. Here we go. Destroyable terrain pieces, set pieces. Nice. Oh, not just like, hey, we're always going to be moving from left to right. We might move at a diagonal. So that's cool. A lot of destruction going on here. The variety of the enemies looks okay. Wish list now. So that's cool. Coming soon. Like I said, I mean, the pre-orders on Amazon, they look like it says September 30th, I believe. So I'm looking forward to that. It's still a little ways away, a few months away, but I'm excited for it. The game looks cool. They didn't really reveal too much here with this trailer so far. That's the only video I've seen put out for this game. It's up on Steam. You can take a look at all the info on there. But like I said, it's going to be available on all different consoles. I'm digging what I'm seeing so far. Character sprites, they are kind of small, so it kind of brings you back to NES style, but not, because you don't have that retro aesthetic in the same, like Double Dragon 4 was. It's kind of got a more cartoony style here, but it looks kind of cool. I'm looking forward to it, especially, seeing how that roguelite, the elements work with that. That could be interesting, having a lot of replayability, but we'll have to wait and see. It's kind of like, I already know some people will be like, dude, it's 2023. Why isn't a game that has, multiplayer online? I agree. Purchasable upgrades, health stuff, self-control, hardened body. When SP is full, gain shield property that blocks light attacks. So that's cool. Having some little items, neat. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going to buy this game? Are you going to wait for reviews? I'm kind of a person who doesn't really wait for reviews. If it looks interesting to me, I just buy it. Maybe I'll review it. You know what I mean? But there you go. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.